Hello, good morning. I'm just going to queue you up on the laptop so I can see your comments. Happy Three Amigos Sunday to y'all. Come on, computer. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is an empty post. Okay. Don't know what that's all about. Let's try again. Oh, there I am. Oh, no, I'm not. Good morning. If you're just joining me, I'm messing around with the computer because I can't see anyone. Hello, Gabriella. Hi, Sharon. I'll be there in a minute. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. Aha, there I am. There's that scary view. Hi, Linda. Good morning, everybody. It's Three Amigos Sunday today. So, hi, Pamela. I'm starting off and then you can hop over to Abby Ann Patchwork after me at 10. Hi Janet, hi Chris. And then to Handy Andy at 10:30. Apparently he's at home today. So, hello everybody. Hello Mrs. Tosh, aka Elf. Hi Mal, how are you? Hi Sonia. Oh, it's turned chilly this morning. It was so warm yesterday. Have you all had good weather? We were outside working all day yesterday. Didn't sleep much last night. I thought I'd get up early, do a bit of sewing, and then I've just been unpicking what I stitched because I did it wrong. So I'm trying to make up another version of this ready for the retreat. So I'm doing it in some Adita sitar. So I came in here happily sewing and I thought, oh, I've done the middle block, and then, no, I've done it wrong. So there we are. So happy Sunday. Hello, everybody. Wait for everyone to join in. Hello, Eileen, Elaine. Welcome to Three Amigos Sunday morning. I've got all sorts of stuff to squeeze in half an hour. We'll start off with baby news in a second. And there's a few more of you here. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Carol. Hello. Do you like my cardie? I'm obsessed with apricot. Patchwork and crochet seems to be in this year. So I think I've got about 3 patchwork dresses and this. So now I've got to stop. Now they know I like these things. I keep seeing adverts for them every time I go on Facebook. Good morning, Janet and Sue and everybody I've just missed. So no, I didn't crochet it. I bought it. Hi, Dormy. Right, okay. The reason I didn't tell you baby news was Jess had a bit of a time of it and she hasn't announced it formally yet. So please don't put loads of comments on Facebook because Jess hasn't told anyone yet. So baby boy was born on Monday night, finally, after she got taken into hospital. She was going to have him at home. Mainly because he was so huge. There was me laughing at Joe, saying, oh, he's going to be £11 too. And I'm thinking, he's not going to be that big. He was £10 too. Can you imagine giving birth to a £10 baby? Ouch. Anyway, he's fit and healthy and huge. And I shall tell you the winners now of who won all the guessing games. So, I've got to look now. Moya, you won the date because he was born on Monday. And Winnie Taylor was the nearest with the weight. And Joe was a close second. So Winnie put £9.13 and he was £10 too. So well done, you two. And you will get a charm pack. So I cut some new charm packs. And I'll send you each one of the charm packs. So I went through the shed. My daughter had a large baby. 2 weeks over. Yeah, Jess was about 2 weeks over. But then she was 2 weeks over with Evie and she wasn't £10. It's just, ow. Anyway, so those of you that won the guessing game, this week I'd gone through the shed and I cut up all what I would call the sort of the novelty prints. And I made them into charm packs and candy bars. So all the novelty prints, which you've got Tilda in them. You've got like foxes and hedgehogs and what's that one? Is that a squirrel? Squirrels and deers and birds and little thingies like that and butterflies, and that's more butterflies. And there's some Lynette Anderson, the meadow fabrics in there. and some Lynette Anderson. So all the novelty fabrics I cut into a charm pack and a candy bar this week. So they're on the website, but I was sort of saving them for next time because I'll make something with them. So I cut a load of those up. But anyway, those of you who won the guess the baby weight and the guess the birth date, you'll get a charm pack each of the novelty prints, okay? Good morning, everybody who I've missed. Hi, Hilary, how you doing? So let's get on to what we've done for today, and we'll start with the spring fabric because it's disappearing really quickly. So I've made these, I've got this lovely fabric and I made the grandchildren a little Easter bag each. So this is going to be Tommy's because he's got ritrack on his rather than, hang on, do it the right way around, rather than lace. So these are the, if you've got the circle bag pattern, I've used the middle size. So it starts off life as a 14-inch square, which you turn into a circle. There's demos on my YouTube channel, or you can get the patterns. And the little bunnies that I put in are courtesy of Home Bargains, and they were like £1 each. So that's, Tommy's got a little blue bunny in his. So there's 4 different fabrics. So there's the one with the bunnies on, and then there's the green sprig. So that one's going to be Tommy's. There's a bigger flower. Mr. Baby News, I'll catch you up in a minute. So there's that one, and that's got... let's sort of see, they're all going to have these little bunnies in them. So there's that one. Here's another one. So I've made all these out of the pack, the spring fabric pack that's available. So I'll show you these and then I'll show you the pack. And then there's another one. Is that another bunny one? Yeah, there's another bunny one. Okay. You can just see the bunny poking out. So they're going to have bunnies and some little, what do you call them, mini eggs in there. Little bags. So that's what I made them, what I made and what I made them out of. If I hold the fabric up, you can get the fabric on its own, but the bunny's nearly gone. As you can see, there's very little left. There's like 3.5 meters left, maybe, if we're lucky. So that's the bunny one. That's the small flower print. So there's a bit more of that left. That's what I call the green sprig. Hi, Sarah Jane. And that's what I call the larger flower on green or something, I've called it. Where did you buy the bunnies? Home Bargains, Chris. I'm sure the other, you know, the cheapest, the shop that you go in and you don't need anything, but you end up spending 50 quid every time. Okay, so that shop. So to make the circle bags, I made a pack up. So obviously you don't have to make circle bags, but you can do. So there's 4 fat quarters in the bag of the fabrics I just showed you. So a fat quarter of each. And there is 1 meter each. It's just like a starter pack of trim. So there's some lace, 2 lots of ritrack, and there's some, can you see those? There's 4 little bunny buttons in there. So the fabric's normally £14 a metre, and in the pack it works out at £12 a metre. So the little packs are £15. So you get the 4 fat quarters, the lace and the little bunny buttons. And that's what I used to make these little bags that I've just shown you, okay? And you've still got plenty left. What's that? Margaret, good morning. Hope you got my message. Probably I did, but I haven't seen it. But no worries, Margaret. Congratulations. So what am I talking about? Bunny fabric. Yes, so I've gone through the bunny fabric. So the spring, that's the spring fabric pack that's available today. So that's the first thing. Everybody who orders today, there's no maths question today, will go into a drawer, and you're going to get like a glorified scrap bag, except it's heavy. So it's what I had left when I was cutting all the charm packs. So there's about 1 meter each of these 3 creamy fabrics. There's some Tilda fabric. There's a load of lace that wasn't quite 1 meter long, so on the end of the thing. And this is what I had left. If you made 4 of those medium-sized circle bags, this is what I had left over. So there's quite a lot left over there. So somebody is going to get a mega bundle of fabric and I will do the draw for that on Monday night again. Okay, so you've got up to Monday to buy something and you'll go in the draw. So those of you that missed the baby announcement, please don't go putting stuff all over Facebook because Jess hasn't told anyone yet. Baby was born on Monday, so Moya won the Guess the Day, and the baby was £10.2. So if you've ever given birth to a baby and you can imagine giving birth to a £10.2 baby, you know, ouch. So she's very sore. So they're coming round for lunch today. So I cooked curry yesterday for them. So they're coming round for lunch or afternoon later on today. I can't believe it's a week. This time last week we were going out for lunch. So that's the baby news. Those are the winners. That's the prize for everyone who orders today. So let's go on to what else we've got. So I'm amazed I actually got anything done this week. It's been one of those weeks. So let's go. So this is the next thing. So those of you who are into Stitchery. So these are the 3 little Stitchery panels that I've had for a while. But I decided I'm going to make them because Sarah the elf's son-in-law has been decorating for me this week. So now I haven't got a nasty brown haul. I've got a nicely painted haul. And I can hang this in it. So in the pack for this, you will get the 3 Stitchery panels, you will get 2 mini charm packs, and you will get the Valdani thread. So this is a pack. Let's get one out. Of course, everything's in an organza bag. Who said, I hope they're both well. Yes, the baby's very well. Mummy's sore. So you'll get the 3 Stitchery panels, the Valdani thread, the 2 mini charm packs, and obviously the destructions. So the destructions will tell you you can make them into little pillows like I did before, or you can make them into the wall hanging, and all it is quarter square triangles. Obviously, if you don't want to do quarter square triangles, just put squares around them, but it'll be bigger, and then you'll have to work out the measurements to make your wall hanging. What I did when I made this was I made my quarter square triangles, and I worked out I needed 7 on the side, so I sewed the 7 together, and then I measured my panel before I trimmed it, because everybody's machine, your seams will turn out different to mine, so you might have to cut yours slightly different, but it explains that in my instructions. Okay, so that's my other offering for today. So that's that pack done. Good morning. Who's that? Jeanette. Thank you, Dormy. So that's another one. What else have we got? So, oh, hang on. I meant to pull the... Hang on. I've got to climb on the table and grab the hearts. I got distracted by something earlier. Talk amongst yourselves while I climb on the table. Right. I'm back again. Okay. I've done some more packs. Remember, we did this one and it sold out straight away. And I'd done packs with just the Stitchery panel, a fat quarter, some ribbon and a ball of red thread. So I've done some more of those for this week. So you'll find those on the Stitchery page. However, I've also managed to squeeze out 10. If you haven't got much thread, I squeezed out another 10. I don't think there's 10 left because I think I've sold a couple since I did them. I've done some with all different coloured threads. So you've got a nice purpley thread, a green, a yellow, a red, and then the black to white is quite a good one because you can pick out the white bits for the sheep, and anyway, it's useful for like bees and things. So if you want black and yellow for your bees. So that's that one. So that's to make that one, okay? And I think, oh, I've put a button in there as well. I've put a butterfly button in it as well. So if you want to do it in colour and you haven't got any coloured threads, I've done some with the coloured threads in as well. Okay, so that's another. Just finished the daffodil heart. I love your cardigan. Thank you. I got my cardigan online from Apricot, so I didn't make it. I can crochet, but I haven't got time. Right, another one, another heart. So the Love to Stitch heart, I've made that now into a little pack. So what's in that pack? So it's the same, the nice Dutch heritage fabric in that one. So in that one, what did I do? Oh yeah, so I put tape measure tape for you to hang it on. I put red thread, the nice Dutch heritage fabric to go on the back, and obviously the Stitchery panel. So I've done one of those as well. I think are they 12? No, are they £12? I can't remember. Anyway, they're on the Stitchery page. Let's look at my list, see where I'm up to. New daffodil kits, old daffodil kits. Yes, left to stitch hearts. Yeah, they're £12. And the Stitchery trio that I showed you is 25, reduced from 31.50. Daffodil kits with all the threads are 19.99, and they should be 24. What else have we got? Little bird pillows. Little bird pillows. What am I talking? Oh yeah, I'll come to that in a minute. I don't understand my own writing. Right, what else have we got today? Let me catch up with your comments. Retreat news. Retreat news, yeah, I think there's still 2 places left if you want to come on the retreat. I was starting off a kit that I've cut especially for the retreat. If I have any fabric left, I'll release it after the retreat. But I've started unpicking it. So this is how far we've got. As you can see, I've had to unpick some. So this is going to be a blockbuster bag, but made with this. But anyway, I haven't had time to do it this week. I was hoping to have it done. If you're interested in going on the retreat, speak to Handy Andy, because Handy Andy is he's the retreat meister. So that's where are we up to now? What else have I got? Lish made this in the week, and people were asking, is there a kit? So I went and had a rummage in the shed, and I found 4 kits which are on the sale page. Well, there's now only 3 kits last time I looked, but I found a few of those, and it's about the only French General fabric left in the place. So they're French General, and there's some Welsh wool as well. And you've got the iron-on hexy things come in the kit. Have I got a kit here? Did I get one out? Obviously not. No, that'd be too easy, wouldn't it? Anyway, so you get the Stitchery panel and all the fabric, and you'll get a French General fabric to go on the back. The other theme for the week, is because I'm granny again. There's granny house kits. So the granny house kits are all that kind of colourway. But they're not exactly the same fabrics. They were all French General originally, but they're not now. But they're that kind of colourway, and they're £17.50. What else? Oh yeah, Nicola made my bag. Did you all see Nicola Foreman's made this bag? So there are kits of that available still. So the vintage paisley bag. Nicola's looked extremely neat, of course. So that's in the news this week. What's news with you all? Right, what else did I find? Oh yeah, also whilst I was rummaging, I found a load of kits for these in a box. So this was made with some nice Welsh tweed, and that was Adita Sitar fabrics originally. So it's the template bag, and I had it on my website at 35, which was already less than what it should have been. But I think I found 6 kits, and the kits are now on my sale page for 25. So in it you get a proper, it's the threads that bind charm pack. You get the threads that bind charm pack, you get the stitchery, you get the tweed, you've got threads that bind lining, so it's like a cross stitch lining in it, which is very pretty. So basically you get everything except for the wadding. I use like a Bosley type foamy wadding in mine. So there's that. So I found 6 of those, so they might as well go. And they're quite a bulky thing. So clearing out my shed, ready for the end of the tax year. Oh, what else have we got? Let's sit down. Let's look at my list, shall we? Any comments, any questions? Has anybody missed the news? Let me see. Granny's house, little bird pillows, template bag. Yeah. Circle. Yeah, if you wanted to make the circle bags that I was showing you that I've made in the bunny fabrics, if you want the boxes that had these Kath Holden fabrics in, there's still some of those available. If they don't go, I'll take them to the retreat with me. So, and the fabrics, some of the Kath Holden is available on its own. And this is all I've got left. So the birdie fabric, it's like crochet birds. There's some of that left, and the flowery one. There's some of those left. So they're on the sale page, okay? They're like £2 a metre less than they should be, something like that. So there's those. So that's a lot of the stuff I've got done for you. Let's have a look at any comments we have. I'm trying to see. It looks very useful. Okay, so if there's any questions or anything. So if I show you again, so all the orders today will go into a drawer for this. So it's a glorified scrap bag this week. There's no maths question this week because we had 2 last week concerning baby. So there's an awful lot of fabric in there. There's about 3 meters of creamy fabric. Now my laptop's gone out. 3 meters of creamy fabric. There's some big bits of Tilda, so it feels like at least ½ a metre of that. And then the nice bunny one. So there's those in it. There's the end, when I was cutting the lace for the spring fabric packs, it's whatever was left on the roll of the lace. And this is what was left of the spring fabrics after I made those little circle bags. So that's going in, that's going in, that's going in, that's going in, that's going in. That was the end of a roll. There's a bit of green and a bit more of that. So they're all going in. So some lucky person will win that, okay? I'm just trying to find you all again because you've disappeared off my computer and I can't see your comments. So I'll be back in a second when I find you. Thank you, Terry. Thank you for the congratulations of the big baby boy who's coming round today. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you his name, did I? So he is called Arthur David Price. So Arthur was my grandfather and David was my dad. So Arthur David if he's Welsh and Arthur David if you're English. So that's his name. Good old-fashioned name. Hopefully he's going to be a big bruiser because he'll need to be to cope with Evie and Tommy. So let's go quickly through what I've got before we move off to Abby. So Stitchery kit. I haven't written down. Stitchery trio should be £31.50 and it's 25. You don't have to make it into a little wall hanging like that. You can make it into little pillows and it looks quite cute as little pillows. I've got them in my sewing room in the house. So there's that kit. So you've got the lovely Valdani thread. You've got, that's what I forgot to tell you, you've got the 2 little mini charm packs. So those mini charm packs, basically every bit of fabric that had flowers on it got chopped up into mini charm packs. It's on the website. And this is the mini charm pack. So it's all there's lots of Dutch heritage in there. There's a bit of everything. Dutch heritage and some Moda and some Tilda. Basically everything with flowers on. So you can get those separately if you fancy some of those. Next weekend is Mother's Day. So I'm not going to do a live. I'm sure you're all going to be having a lie-in and getting spoiled. So what I've got things sort of planned. It depends if any fabric turns up this week. But you will be getting every order next weekend. There'll be a little, if you spend over £10 next weekend, there'll be a little mini Moda charm pack. So not one that I've cut, one that I've got from Moda will be in your parcel as a Mother's Day present. And there'll be other stuff. So I haven't decided yet, but I'll let you know. If we get lots of new fabric in the meantime, we might have to have a live, but it won't be on Mother's Day. But we'll have some offers on. Did anyone miss the beginning? What else have I got to tell you about? I can't remember. Oh, last weekend. If you weren't with us last weekend, because last weekend wasn't 3 Amigos, I've still got a few packs left for the chicken. Well, it's not specifically to make that chicken runner, but I made that using the Octaflower template. So let's see if I can find a bag of those. So last weekend we did a huge bag full of all different pretty spring fabrics and linen and a bag of lace and Valdani thread and red thread and 3 different stitchery panels. What stitchery panels did I put in there? Oh yeah, the buzzing with ideas. I haven't got one near me to show you. And the busy bee and the little round picture, which I think has gone back in to my bedroom. I can show you the buzzy one. The buzzy bees is down by you on my stitchery satchel. Oh gosh, my phone went. Hang on. Are you there? I've had to collapse the circle bags on top of my phone. I'm back. Right, yeah, that was one of them anyway. That's one of the little panels that you get in there. So that's left from last week. So we've got some of those left over from last week. What else have we got left over? There might be some chicken run kits left. So you get the chicken fabric and the stitchery panel for the chicken. There's some of those left. If I'm missing a comment, sorry. Yeah, I'm back again, Kim. I haven't even had any gin yet, or wine or anything. We'll have Prosecco at lunchtime. I'm having a rummage in the box to see what's left. I think there's a couple of these left, which is to do it's got the chicken run stitchery panel in. You've got the chicken fabric, some yellow fabric, and again, a Valdani thread in there. Yeah, I love my chickens too. I haven't let the chickens out yet today. I think it's going to try and clear up. They had, my chickens are spoiled rotten. They had cheddar cheese for breakfast this morning. Cheddar cheese and seeds. They do like a bit of cheese. They like a custard slice as well. We had one went out of date the other day and I chucked it in. I thought I'll see if they want to eat that. That was gone. So chickens like custard slices. Basically they eat anything. They don't like tomatoes or mushrooms, but about everything else they do eat. So yeah, if you want a chicken runner for Easter, that's still available. We're nearly, we've got about 4 minutes left. What else have we got left? We've still got Hexy Flower family packs left with the templates in, which are at a good price. Everything I'm talking about you'll find on my sale page on the cross-patch.co.uk website. Nearly everything's on the sale page. If you can't find something, there's a very good search bar. So type in the search and it should come up. If you're looking for Stitchery stuff, it'll all be on the Stitchery page. So the little bags that we've made, that's what I need to tell you. If you want to make a circle bag, obviously this fabric is directional. So I made them all in a rush. What day did I make them? Thursday. I was making 4 at once and I couldn't be bothered to mess about. So when you turn around the other side, you can see the bunnies are upside down. So I would recommend, if you want to make a circle bag and you've got time to do it, when you get your fat quarter of a fabric, cut it in half, turn one half round the other way, join them back together again, and then cut your circle out. And then cut your circle out obviously over the line that you've just joined the fabric back together on, and then it'll be up the right way on the other side. But the kids aren't even going to notice. They won't notice the bag. All they'll notice is a bunny and some chocolates. So I couldn't be bothered, basically. And after making 4 of them, I got fed up. I got bored. So this will be in your fabric pack, which is today's main offering, which is the spring fabric pack. If you want the fabric on its own, I think the bunny fabric is nearly gone. Okay, I can't even find the spring fabric pack because I've made so much devastation in the place. As usual, everything's got chucked everywhere. That's last week, but there we are. Spring fabric pack. So the spring fabric pack, I think, is £15. Should be 19. You've got the 4 little fat quarters, lace and rickrack, and 4 little bunny buttons in there. If you want to make a bunny bag, because you could use rickrack and put a little tie on the top, and you can put a little bunny button on the front as well. But I thought they'd be cute for the kids for Easter for a change, instead of just chocolate. How do you attach the stitchery to the cushion? Do you stitch it on top of the patch, or stitch the panel to the edge of the squares? So on this one, you stitch, it will tell you in your instructions, you will stitch the squares around the edge. However, if you've got a stitchery that's a funny size, you can just applique it to the top of your squares. But then obviously you're wasting all the squares that are under that stitchery. If you've got some horrible fabric you want to get rid of, you can do that. But the best way is, if you've got panels that are an odd size, is to stitch however many squares you need down the side together, and then put the stitchery panel next to it and work out what size you need to cut it to, okay? I'm going to have to pass over to Abby shortly. We're nearly on 10 o'clock. Any other questions, ask me in the comments and I'll go through later and answer them. Also, I'll upload this to YouTube if you're only just joining in and you want to catch up. It'll be on YouTube later this morning, lunchtime-ish, okay? So we're going to pass over. Abby is in her shed in Cornwall, I hope, because I haven't queued her up, so I can't see, but I'm hoping she's there, and I haven't seen any comments contrary to that. So we're going off to Abby Ann now in Cornwall, and then after Abby Ann at 10:30 is Handy Andy at Craft UK in Norfolk. So I'll catch up with you in a week and I'll see you soon. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.